Yeah, students, am I audible and visible?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So let us start our second session of the day. So now we'll start with, yeah. So sometimes in confidence interval, you can find, generally we'll find that the data is in the form of mean. Sometimes the data may be in the form of proportion. What is proportion? Proportion means a certain fraction of the total. Okay, whenever we find the proportion, data may be in the form of proportion, then my mean formula will not work. So another third set of formula will come, that is this one. This formula is for what? If the data is not in the form of a mean, right? If the data is in proportion. So I will give you an example so it will be more clear. But first of all, you please write down the formula, the third formula of the chapter. P, I explain you the formula. P plus minus Z alpha by 2. Again, this is a two-tail test. Okay, you remember this thing. Alpha by 2 means two-tail. Alpha means one-tail. What is two-tail, one-tail? I will discuss in the next session. Right? Multiplied by root over p into 1 minus p divided by n. Is the formula clear? All of you, please write down. This is a formula. This is a formula for proportion, right? How to calculate the estimation, how to calculate the confidence interval for a population proportion. So it can be in the form of a population in a proportion, right? So I will show you one example. You will understand that where we are going to apply, right? So all of you, please write down the confidence interval for a population proportion is given by this formula. P plus minus, that in mean what we had, x bar plus minus z sigma by root n. Okay, this sigma by root n is nothing but standard error, right? What Nimish was talking of. So within the formula there is standard error of mean, right? So P plus minus Z alpha by 2, that means it's for a two-tail test. multiplied by root over whole root p into 1 minus p divided by n. Is it clear? Have you written the formula? So we are good to know if all the other things are already we know. So let us do straightway one problem, right? Can we do a problem? Can we do a problem? Here it is solved. Timish. Here it is solved. Okay. But still you go through the problem. You go through the problem. All of you please go through the problem. Yes. Hello. Hope I'm audible.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. Here it is solved. But still you go through the problem. Let us understand. Confidence interval for a population proportion. It's an example. All of you go through the problem. Chetna Saini. Union. Okay, you are reading. No? Okay, very good. Saloni Saxena. Avinav Raj. Hello. Have you okay? Have you read this?
Mm,
Don't read the solution. Read the problem. Okay. So let me go through the problem. The union representing the BBA. Okay. BBA is considering proposal to merge with the Teamster Union. Okay. So Teamster and BBA, there are two unions, right? According to BBA union bylaws, according to BBA union bylaws, at least three-fourth. Three-fourth means 75%. 75% of the union membership must approve any merger. What does this mean? Yes, Tejasvita. What does this sentence mean?
So 75% of the union has approved the merger.
Very good. The merger will be done when 75% of the members agree upon or vote for, right? If it is less, there will be no merger. If it is more than 75%, the two union will merge. That means majority. Okay. What happens in every election? Okay. Now, a random sample. All of you listen carefully. A random sample of 2000 current BBA members reveals 1600 plan to vote for the merger proposed. That means out of 2000 members, 1600 tells yes, we are going to vote for the merger. Clear? What is the estimate of population proportion? Number one. Number two question. Yes, number two, develop, see all of you read here, develop a 95% CI 95% CI for the population proportion. Okay. This we will discuss later on, this part. Leave it for later on. Okay. Yes. So have you got the problem? Yes. Have you got the problem?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So what is my P? What is my sample proportion? What is the sample proportion? 1600 people out of 2000 people says we are going to vote for merger. So what is my sample proportion? P is 1600 by 2000, that is 0.8. Now, what we have to calculate? We have to compute the 95% CI, 95% CI. So we know the formula. We already know the formula. P plus minus Z alpha by 2. This formula I have already given you, this one. So we know P. So there are three unknowns, P, N, P, N and Z. P, N and Z, yes. So we know N. What is our N? What is the sample size? What is our N?
2000.
2000.
1000.
2000.
What is our P? Already we have calculated 0.8.
80.
Yeah, 0.80. So what is unknown here?
Z.
Z. Yes, Tejasvita, from where we will get Z alpha by 2? Z.
95%. 100 minus 95.
What is Z alpha? What is Z value at 95%? 95% confidence interval. What is the value?
So in
From
these
where?
three values, the probability is given na 1.96.
Ah. First of all, it is a given value, but suppose we don't know, then also we can find from Z table. How
Yes,
we
sir.
will,
Yes, sir.
yeah, how will we find?
Degree the freedom and the confidence interval.
Yes, Tejasvita. How are we going to find? First of all, this is actually known, known value, that Z value at 95% CI is 1.96, right? But suppose if I don't know, how do I
It's from
calculate
Z table.
from Z table, right? What value we are going to look in the Z table?
So the 95% value.
Yeah, 95% value. But more specifically, to be more confusion free, I am showing you a method. I'm showing you if you want to find from the table that I have given you, right? So let me just 1 minute. So this one, this. So see here, all of you. This is my normal distribution. So I want to find the Z value for 95% confidence interval. This is 95% confidence interval total. If you see, this is 95%. This is 95%. There are various methods. I am giving you one of the method. So what we will do, this total, see here, from here to here, this total area is 95%. That is the 95% CI. I am 95% confident that my population proportion will lie within this. Now we will divide it by 2. This is one of the method. There are various methods. What is the half of 95%? What is half of 95%? 47.5%. If in decimal, we write 47.5%. If we write in decimal, what is 47.5%? 0.475. So this value 0.475, we will go to the Z table. Okay. Then where Z is not written, we are not going to find that value. Where the probability values are given, okay, or the area is given, there we will locate the 0.475 and we will calculate the Z from that. We know how to do that. So if you see that the Z value you will get corresponding to 0.475 area is, what is the Z value? You can see there in the Z table, 1.96. This is the simplest method, simplest. So you can just check. I have given you the Z table. So all of you please locate 0.475 and check the Z value, whether you are getting 1.9 or not. All of you please
But every time we divide this percentage by 2.
every time. Why? Because I am trying to see only one, the positive axis of Z. I generally do like this. If you
Yes.
want any other method, you can follow. I have no any objection, but this is my method and that is foolproof. My method is always foolproof. So we divide it into two. As you know, normal distribution is a symmetrical curve. We divide into two and then I work on this half only, this positive axis. Okay,
Okay, sir.
this axis, positive. And this area is nothing but 0.475. And for 0.475, if you check the Z value, it is 1.96. There are several other methods. You can follow your own method. I don't have any problem. Is it clear now, Tejashwita?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Sir, will we get the table, Z table, T table, and all in the
Everything, you will get Z, T, chi-square, F table, all on the everything. You will get a very big book. But in online, I don't know how will get. Online, they will do something. Okay. In
No, sir.
offline,
If we get a question in the exam and we have to find the Z from the Z table, so then will we get the table or we'll have to search? What will we do?
okay, that the Z value might be given in the this one also, or you have to ask the exam department for this actually, what they are planning, right? So you can see the you can ask them also, okay, what how to go about. So let me yeah, so we got the Z value, so okay, so we got all the value. So P is 0.8. All of you please look here. P is 0.8. P is 0.8. Z is how much? Z 1.96. And our P into 1 minus P divided by N. N is 2000. So we get everything. We get everything. 0.8 plus minus. Always there will be interval plus minus 0.01. So 0.8 plus 0.018, that is 0.818, and 0.8 minus 0.018, that is 0.78. These two are my confidence interval for the proportion. Is it clear? Any query? Yes. Any query, please ask. Yes. Any query? So we are through. Now see the, now you can see the second part, all of you. So what was the second part? Basing your decision on this sample information, can you conclude that the necessary proportion of BBA members favor the merger? Can we conclude? Yes, we can conclude, because all the two, if you see the lower level and the upper level, both are greater than 75%. Isn't so? Yes. Yes. Nimish, both are greater than 75%.
Yes, sir.
So we can conclude there will be the merger. The merger proposal will likely to pass because the interval estimate includes values greater than 75% of the median. The minimum one is 78%. If you see, the minimum one is 78%. So certainly it is going to merge. Clear?
So where is this 1.96 given in this numerical?
That you have to find from the table, Z table.
But you said no, it is given in this.
It might be if somebody was asking that where to find. So sometimes it is given in the question itself. Okay.
But
But
we can
suppose,
learn the three
huh,
values, no, 90, 95, and 99, because well,
huh,
most of the time they are there.
they are there. Yes. Actually, they may not give also because these values are known. Okay. So you can write down this also. Mainly the 95%. All of you please write down these values. For 95% CI, the Z is 1.96, as I showed you also. And for 99%, it is
2.58.
2.58. Yeah, these two values, please try to remember. This will be very helpful for you, right? So what have I written here? For 95% CI, the Z is 1.96. For 99% CI, these are two values which may not, the examiner might, the question setter, paper setter might not give you also. Because this is customary. 99% 2.58, 95% 1.96. Even if you go for 90%, somebody was talking about 90%. वो भी पूरा कर देते, it is 1.65. Clear? One thing, are you noticing? Are you noticing one thing, Tejasvita? Are you noticing one thing? What
Yes,
you are noticing from these three values, Tejasvita?
sir.
Three
So
values I have written, na? Anything is you are observing from this? Any observation?
Sir, as percentage increases, value of CI also.
Somebody, Pragya, your connection, I think connectivity problem, please.
It is decreasing continuously.
Yes, very good. Or rather, very good. Who is this? Pragya.
Akshata.
Oh, Akshita. Okay. I cannot see you. Every time I see Nimish and Tejasvita and Pragya, these three names I can see in my screen. Okay. So, very correct. See, higher the CI, higher the CI, higher is the Z value. Tejasvita, are you getting?
yes, sir.
Higher the CI, higher is the Z value. If it is 90% CI, Z value is 1.65. If it is 95% CI, the Z value is 1.96. If it is 99% CI, so if you want to be more confident, your Z value will be high. If your Z value is high, what is going to happen? Just see the formula. All of you, are you with me or somewhere else? Yes? Pragya, you are somewhere else?
No, sir, in the class.
You are with me?
Yes,
Very
sir.
nice. See the, yeah, see our formula. Higher the CI, higher is the Z value. And if the Z value is high, my confidence interval is also high. Are you getting this point, what I'm trying to say?
Yes,
So,
sir.
yes. because my Z is in the numerator. So if I increase the confidence interval, my Z value will increase, and vis-a-vis my interval will also increase. So this interval, if it is wiped out actually. But perhaps I remember in the starting of the class, I gave you some plus minus 3 inch, right? But it is wiped out because this is the second session. It is wiped out. Very nice. So this plus minus 3 inch, this width will depend on what? 3 factors. If you remember this, I told you 3 factors. Number 1, sample size. See how sample size is related to width. Sample size is inversely related. Can you see this, Nimish?
Yes, sir.
Sample size is inversely related. If I increase the sample size, what will happen, Nimish? My width will
Confidence
decrease or
interval.
increase?
Increase. No, sorry, decrease.
Increase or decrease, Nimish? Tejaswita, if I increase n, what is going to happen with this term? It will increase or decrease?
Sir, increase.
Is
Increase. If
Sir,
I
decrease.
decrease, if I increase my n is in my numerator. If I increase n, my whole term will decrease, na?
Yes, sir, decrease.
Decrease. If I increase sigma, my whole term z sigma my root n will increase or decrease? Yes?
increase.
Increase. If I increase the z, my width of the interval will increase or decrease? Yes, Nimish?
Increase.
Increase, because it is in the numerator. जब numerator में कुछ रहता है उसको मैं बढ़ा देता हूँ. It is school level concept. It is not even college level. जब कोई numerator में बढ़ा देता हूँ तो वो बड़ा हो जाता है. जब मैं denominator बढ़ा देता हूँ तब वो
Numerator छोटा
हो जाता है. If you go to Harvard, it will be same, Nimish.
Yes, sir.
The formula will never change, and the concepts will never change. Yes. If you go to Harvard, okay, fine. So, and if you remember, I give you the width, the factors also. What are the factors on which it depends? What 3 factor I gave you? Sample size, n. So you can see z sigma by root n. Z sigma by root n. My sample size, variability. What is this? Variability comes from sigma. Level of confidence. Desired level of confidence. यहाँ पे कहाँ है desired level of confidence? Is there anything in this formula, Nimish?
No, sir, we take it whatever we desire.
हाँ, desire. But देखिए कभी कभी ये होता है ना, actual what should I say? How should I tell? Actually यहाँ पे तो कुछ नहीं है confidence. Level of confidence है इस formula में, Nimish? Is there is level of confidence? Can you see any term?
No, sir.
No. But what is this z? This z will depend on what? Try to understand the formula. If I increase Ci, my z is going to increase. So actually confidence interval का भी ये है इसमें effect है कि नहीं? You will see na, in even Bollywood movies, who is actually affecting, he comes in the last. That is the suspense, right? So actually level of confidence is here. If you see in this term, level of confidence is here in the form of Z. You see movies, Nimish, Bollywood movies?
Not that much.
Not that much, okay. But sometimes we'll find that the actual villain cannot be identified. He comes in the last scene, right? Or in the second last scene.
Yes, sir.
So Z is like that. Z comes from where? Tejaswita, Z comes from where?
Sir, from the desired value.
Very good. From desired Ci. So Ci is there in this formula, but indirectly. Okay. So let us move forward. let us move forward. We are running short of time. Okay, very nice. So student T distribution, I will give you the T table. Yeah, only one small concept left. So we have done this. Yeah, let all of you please pay your attention here. All of you, very important. All of you, please pay your attention. Yeah. Next, there is a concept called finite. So finite population correction fact. There is a concept called finite population correction fact. Let us understand what is this correction factor all about. First of all, let us understand when we are going to apply the correction factor. What is the correction factor? This is the correction factor. What is the correction factor? This is the correction. Root over capital N. This is called the finite population correction fact. Finite population correction. All of you please write this, very important. Now a population now this is the finite population correction factor. Now what is capital N and what is small n? Okay, what is small n? Any idea, Tejaswita, what is small n and what is capital N? What is small n and capital N?
The small n is the number of sample and
Very
big
good.
N is
कैपिटल एन, बस थोड़ा बड़ा कर दो उसको, पॉपुलेशन
population.
population size. So small n is population, small n is sample, capital मैं शुरू से बताते रहा हूँ. I am telling from the first session that notation for sample and population are different. Okay, so are you getting this? Are you getting this? So when we are going to apply finite population correction factor, when my small n by capital N is greater than 5%. So when we will apply, when all of you listen carefully, please write this also. Small n by capital N is greater than 0.05. We will apply the finite population. Then our standard error of mean has to be multiplied by the correction factor. It is less than, if it is less than 0.05, we will not multiply by the finite population correction factor. Please all of you write in your copy, if small n by capital N, if small n by capital N, it is written in my slide also, but if you are writing, you can write. If small n by capital N is greater than 5% or 0.5% means what? 0.05. We use the finite population correction factor. Number one. Number two, if it is less than 0.05, we don't use the finite population correction factor. Is it clear? Nimish, is it clear?
Yes, sir.
So whatever formula I have given you till now will now change. So you can understand whatever formula I have given you three formula. How many formula I have given? Now 3 will be converted to 6. How it will convert? If small n by capital, we will multiply by all the 3 formulas. We will multiply, all of you write down these 3 formulas, please. We will multiply the CI formulas. These are the 3 CI formulas I have given. We will multiply the formulas with the finite population correction factor. We will again repeat, if my sample size by population size is greater than 5%. अगर 5% से ज़्यादा है, then we will use the finite population correction factor. Right? Is it clear? Tejaswita, is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Have you written the formulas?
Sir, I'm writing.
Okay, please all of you write the formula. All of you write the formulas. All the confidence interval formulas for estimating mean and proportion has to be multiplied by finite population correction. Have you taken down? Yes, please tell me you have taken down or not. Nimish, taken down?
I have taken a screenshot.
You can take, yes, take a screenshot. Apply technology, integrate technology into learning. Very good.
Yes, sir.
Integrate, try to integrate technology. Take a pic. Take a pic in your mobile. Okay, have you taken the pic, all of you?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so let us do a small problem on this. Let us do a small problem. All of you, can you see my screen? Hello, have you gone through the problem?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, very good. So tell me whether we will apply FPC, finite population correction factor, or not. Yes, Nimish, we will
Yes,
apply
we will.
FPC.
Yes, we will. Give me 2 minutes. I'll give you the answer.
Yeah. Yes, Tejashvita, we are going to apply FPC or
Yes, sir.
not. Yes, very good. Excellent. Very good. We will apply FPC here. We will apply. Yes, Akshita, are you agreeing with me?
Yes, sir. Definitely, sir.
Yeah, very good. We will apply. Why? Why? Because our small n by capital N. What is our small n in the problem? What is our small n?
40.
40. What is our capital N? 250. What is 40 by 250? 0.16. 0.16 is less than 0.05 or greater than 0.05? Yes.
Greater
So
than.
greater than.
Greater than. So what you have written in your copy? If small n by capital N is greater than 0.05, we will apply the FPC, finite population correction factor. Okay. Now, as I have told you, now whether the population standard deviation is known or unknown in this problem? Sigma is known or unknown? Akshita,
It's known.
Unknown.
known or unknown? Tejasvita. Where is sigma given in the problem?
So it's not known.
Not
The
known.
sample standard deviation is given.
It's sample standard deviation. It's clearly mentioned. Have you read the problem? A random sample of 40 of this family revealed the mean annual charge contribution was $450. Mean is 450. Okay. And the standard deviation of this was $75. Clear? This standard deviation is sample standard deviation or population? Yes, Tejasvita. 75 is S or sigma? S or sigma?
S.
S. Very good. Sample. Sample. Now, what is our question? Question ही पढ़ा नहीं हम लोगों ने अभी तक. What is the question? Develop 90% CI. Now Nimish's 90% has come. He is very happy.
It's
Develop a 90.
1.65.
Yeah. Development. But this year we have to use the T distribution, Nimish. Here Z will not work. Develop a 90% CI for the population mean. Develop. I read the question again. Develop. Please, all of you read the question first. Don't jump to answer. Answer will take 2 minutes, as I told you. That is the beauty of statistics.
Do we have to apply the T distribution formula or the formula that we just shown in the previous slide?
What I told you, if sigma known Z, if sigma unknown T. Here sigma is known or unknown?
The sigma is unknown, but
Unknown.
the thing is that the formula that you just shown in the previous slide, do we have to apply that or the T distribution formula?
No, we will use the T distribution. If sigma
This
is not
one.
known,
Okay.
generally make it a practice. Generally make it a practice. We use the T distribution.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So this is our formula. Use the formula x bar plus minus T into S by root n. But see, I have applied the FPC. Why have I applied the FPC? Because my small n by capital N is greater than, is 0.16, which is greater than 0.0. Clear? Yes. Now we will go to the solution. We will put the value. So please, all of you do the calculation. Tejasvita, what you are getting after calculating?
Yes, sir. I'm just doing.
Yeah, I am giving you 2 minutes. Please, now you can do. Already I have solved 2 problems for you. 2 to 3 problems I have solved. Now hopefully you can solve. So I'm giving 2 minutes to solve. Okay, but you don't know the T value. Okay, sorry. Don't solve it now. No, don't solve it. Don't solve it. Let me give you the. Don't solve it now, because you don't. T table you need to understand again clearly. Okay.
To calculate the T value, no?
No. Let us get accustomed with T, then you can do. So in the tutorial, I will give you problem. Okay. Okay. So this is our formula. This is our formula. Any doubt in the formula? Formula is correct, no? Now. Yes. So all of you, please check out this. So what is our capital N? What is our capital N? 250. What is our small n? 40. What is our sample standard deviation? 75. Okay. And we have to calculate a 90% CI. Clear? Yes, we require this. And what is our mean? What is our X bar? 450. Our X bar is X bar is 450. Okay, is it clear? Should I write it here, or you can remember? Let me write capital N 250, small n 4. Okay, so S is 75. Let me write it here. This is 5. Capital N is how much? 250. Small n is 40. Anything else we are forgetting? X bar is how much?
450.
450. Anything I forgot? And it is 90% CI. It is 90% CI. We need to get 90% CI. Clear? All these are given in the problem. Yes, Akshita, are you agreeing with me?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So X bar. So can I? So do I know everything? I know X bar. What is our X bar? 450. T I don't know. Leave this T. We know sample standard deviation. What is our sample standard deviation? 75. What is our small? Small n 40. What is our capital N? What is capital N? Tejashwita?
250.
250. Small n 40. Capital N 250 minus 1. So we know everything in this formula. Only one thing we don't know. What we don't know? T value. T value. So all of you open your T value. Now let me go back to the T value. So
Can
T
you show,
value
can
again.
you show the T table that you are using? Because there are n number of tables on the internet and in the book.
Okay, I will give you, I will try, but I cannot say. Okay, just wait for 1 minute. Let me first explain them what value they are going to see. How already I have told you, na T. Just okay, once for this problem, let me explain once more. So T, yeah, this is written also in the last T. So what is in this only I will put the value. Can you see my screen? Level of significance?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Oh, very nice. So what is my
So 90.
90%? No, 90%. Yes, 90%. So what is my level of significance here? 10%. What is my sample size here?
40.
40. So 40 minus 1 is how much?
9.
39, right? Okay. So we have to check the T table at alpha. How much? How much? How much? What is our alpha?
39.
What is our alpha?
10%.
10%. And what is our degrees of freedom?
39.
39. Okay, 39. Right. So all of you open the T table. Can you open T table in Google?
So there are many.
Anywhere. You can see anywhere. But I will give you the correct table. Okay, please. For time being, you just wait and see. So I will today give this table. See my table to avoid any confusion. Right. So alpha is 10%, DF 39. Fine. Alpha 10. Remember these two values, all of you, please. Alpha 10, DF 39. So let me go to, can I open? But I don't think so. All the tables are on internet are confused. Actually, I will give my table. So let me explain with my previous problem. I will give the table to the CR. Don't worry. So yeah, we are left with 10 minutes. So I can easily show you. Yeah, this is the T table. All of you, can you see my T table? Can you see my T table?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So this, you will go to here, level of significance. Level of significance for two-tailed test. Here you will find what is our level of significance? 10%. So you will locate 0.1. Clear? Clear?
Yes, sir.
Tejasvita, is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So you will look at point one. You will take this thing, level of significance for two tell test. In some book, only one tell is given. Again, you will be confused. Okay. That's why I am telling, right? And DF. See, here it is given up to 10. Actually, it is given generally given up to 50 or something, right? It is given for large sample also. So you will have to see, locate 39 here. Here you will not find actually. So in DF, you have to locate 39. Have you located? Nimish.
Sir, after 30, the values go on 40, 50, 60, and so on.
So in my table, you will get 39. Don't worry. Okay. So just
Okay,
wait
sir.
for a few minutes. I will send it after the class. So
I'll try to
point,
find it on Google.
you can try to find it on Google, but don't get confused again by one tell and two tell. Okay. वहाँ पे भी confusion होगा. That's why I'm telling. So you will look for two tell, right? And 1%. So where they intersect, here I cannot show you. So where they intersect, take this value. Is it clear? The process is clear, na? So if we take that value, if you see that value is how much? Tejasvita, could you look at? If you locate that value, you will get 1.685. Okay. I will show you in the table. Okay, I will give you, don't worry. So 1.685. So put all the value, X bar I know, plus minus. By now I know the T value 1.685. What is my, this one? Sample standard deviation 75, sample size 40, capital N 250, small n 40, capital N 250. Put all the values and calculate this. If you calculate this, it is 450 plus minus 18.35. 18, if you calculate all this, we'll get 18.35. So what is our upper limit? 450 plus 18.35, that is 468.35, plus minus 450 minus 18.35. How much it is? 431.65, 468. Clear? So this is our CI. Any query, please ask. I will stop for 2-3 minutes. Please ask any query. Yes, Tejasvita. Any question?
No, sir, understood.
Okay, thank you. So the last formula of the day, selecting a sample size, last formula. I will not give you any more formula. So I think 7, 8, I'm crossing 7, I think. How much, Tejasvita?
Sir, 6 and
This is the seventh. The seventh one is coming. Just within 2 minutes, it will come. Okay. So selecting a sample size. So very important. Whenever you go for your SIP, okay, every time student ask, sir, what will be the sample size? What will be the sample? No need of asking. There is a simple formula. So all of you write the selecting a sample size formula. Again, there are 3 factors that determine the sample size. Okay. Number 1, the degree of C, the degree of confidence selected. That means you are free. You are a free bird to select alpha confidence, 95%, 90%, 99%. Okay. Number 1. Number 2, the maximum allowable error. And number 3, the variance in the population. The variance in the population. So you all know all the term. So let us come to the formula. So the 7th formula of the day. Yes. N is equal to, all of you write down this formula please quickly. N is equal to Z into S divided by E whole square. So all of you Write the formula. So how many formula till this session? I think it has crossed 30 or 35. N is equal to Z into S divided by E whole square. Okay. Where E is the allowable error term, Z the value corresponding to the selected level of confidence, Z
So can you
the
tell the difference between FPC and the normal intervals that we were using? I'm not able to get it.
which one?
The FPC and the normal intervals that we were using.
Oh,
Z and T table.
very good question. See, normal interval we generally see we don't use. Why we don't use? Because see, in practically, see the practically, not only academically, practically capital N is not known in maximum of the statistical studies. I mean research studies, right? Practically
Yes, sir.
capital N is a very, very hypothetical figure. Here I showed you for academic purpose capital N. But this capital N is never known. Smokers in India,
Too many.
so many, not only so many. Who are the smokers? How do you know? How do I know Nimish smokes or not?
Yes, sir.
Okay. How do I know XYZ smokes or not? Right? Can I get a list from government? Any place
No,
in
sir.
consumer study? Anywhere? Who are the Pepsi drinkers? Maximum I can go to Pepsi and see who are the former customers, right? I can do that, okay, right? But they will not give me the data again. So there are n number of problems will come, right? So finite population correction factor we will use only when we know the capital N, our population size, right? So generally it is not used, okay? So, but if in your problem for academic purpose, if capital N is given, you have to apply the FPC, finite population correction factor, right? If it is not given, तो question ही नहीं है, capital नहीं है तो आप calculate भी नहीं कर पाओगे FPC.
Yes, sir. If the
Question ही नहीं है. हाँ.
if the population parameter is also known, then we only
Then
only
only
use the
yes,
formula.
yes.
Okay,
Excellent,
sir.
excellent. Very good question also. Very good question. Very good, excellent. So N is equal to Z into S by E whole square. Okay. So please, all of you write the formula. All of you write the formula. Hope you have written. So we'll do a very small problem and we will end up today's session. So this is the problem. Very simple. Just all of you can solve this. N is ZS by E whole square. Yes, Tejasvita, can you read the problem?
Yes, sir.
So already I have told you here 95% CI. So for 95% CI, by this time we know what is our Z value. Yes. What is Z? 1 point.
Yes, sir. 1.9.
Yeah. Our error is given. Okay. Error is $100. Z already we know, and standard deviation is given in the problem. So you can easily calculate the sample size is 385. With that, we end our confidence interval topic. So we are left with only one topic before the midterm. That is hypothesis testing. Okay. But see, all these concepts will be used in hypothesis testing. So if you see the flow of our syllabus is very systematic, right? You should not forget all the previous sessions. What were the topics we covered? Nimish, what topics have we covered till now? You can recall?
Too many. Too many topics.
At least can you recall some of them?
Wait, I'll tell you.
Yes, we started with what topic? Yes, what was our first topic, Nimish?
Mean, standard deviation, and all.
Very good, very good. Mean
And after
measures
that,
of
probability.
very good. Excellent.
And
Then
Probability
then I-
distribution.
excellent,
Probability
excellent,
distribution.
excellent. Really, I admire. Many of the sections in my last 12 years could not recall even. I am telling you the truth. Many students could recall previous batches. I am excited that you can recall at least the topics. Then after probability distribution, Nimish,
just give me a second. I'm trying to find out the base formula and all like those. Also
Population,
covered that.
standard deviation.
Binomial distribution, Poisson distribution, normal distribution.
very good, excellent. I must say excellent. You are paying excellent attention. Then sampling distribution,
Sampling
standard
then
error
test.
of mean, yeah,
Standard error.
yeah. Then today's topic: confidence interval, significance level, confidence interval, sample size. Right. So all this, see, hypothesis testing will be using every concept whatever we studied till now, right? And hypothesis testing will be used in all the topics post midterm. So you can understand the importance of hypothesis testing. Clear? So we are through except one topic, and that is a gigantic topic. It will take minimum 3 sessions. I will try to end up within 2 sessions. If not 3. Yeah. So can we, yes, any question for today's confidence interval? Is it clear what is confidence interval? Yeah.
Yes, sir,
Yes.
clear.
Tejasvita, any question?
No, sir.
Hope it is clear. What is confidence interval? What is point estimate?
Yes, sir, up till now.
What is this confidence interval for mean? Confidence interval for
Population.
population proportion. Yeah. Then we discussed what we discussed: confidence. Then finite
See.
population FPC, finite population correction factor, and finally sample size. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So 1 or 2 minutes. Any question, or we will wind up?